Black, brown, and HBCU bound. Your source for news you can use. Let's shine a light on the 207 HBCUs where culture meets excellence.
Hi, Black, Brown, and HBCU Bound family. This is Yvonne Daniels again, back for another episode. Today, I want to talk to you about some money-saving tips. I've been in those Facebook streets, and I am seeing a lot of chatter about people who have gotten to this point of the game, and they don't have a plan, or they don't have the money, or they're wondering why they can't get enough money from HBCUs as you get from other colleges, universities. So I wanted to talk and take some time and see how we could maybe salvage some of what hasn't been done or hasn't been provided in terms of money. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about that. So what if I told you there was a way that your student could earn college credit without ever having to step foot in a college classroom or on campus? There are ways, and most people don't know about them. Those of you who do know about them, you may have forgotten about them. I, for one, when my kids were in college earlier, I totally forgot. Now, this program's been around forever, but we're going to talk about how we can minimize some of the time spent in college and also some of the money spent on tuition every single year. Before we close, stick with us to the end because I'm going to try to give you a money-saving tip on how you can navigate this whole thing. And I think it'll be great for you to stick around because it'll save you some money. There's a program called CLEP. CLEP is the college level examination program. What CLEP does is it allows you to CLEP out of a class in a sense where you will take a test. If you can show your proficiency in an area, you can apply those credits to that to your school. Apply for you to be exempt out of taking the semester's worth or level of that course because you've been able to show them that you are proficient in that area. It's a program where I believe that last year the CLEP courses were $95. So what you end up doing is paying $95 to be able to take an exam, pass an exam, provide passage of that exam to your school, and you should be exempt from that program. To learn more about CLEP, I'm going to encourage you guys to go to College Board and visit, like I said, the original College Board or official College Board website and go into the section. There are hundreds of classes you can CLEP out of, and essentially you can CLEP your way out of 2 years of college credits. So I'm going to encourage you guys to look into that. Who accepts CLEP? Over 2,900 colleges across the country accept CLEP. Most HBCUs do. Check with your HBCU before you even go further in this process because I don't want you to be attending one of the schools that don't accept CLEP and just to find out that that's not an option for you. Meanwhile, you've jumped in or dived deep in. Just consider, always know in the back of your mind that these colleges and universities are a business. They make their money when they have students in seats. And this program, CLEP, where it's widely used, widely known, it is a way where you don't have to sit in a college class for a semester. And just imagine the amount of money you're saving. You take $95 to take a test to CLEP out of a class. Most classes are 3 credits. 3 credits could run you easily $1,000. So do the math. $95 versus $1,000 is a no-brainer, especially if your student can show proficiency in an area. I was going to say, you save lots of time going this route. If you want to explore this further, I encourage you to do so. As mentioned a few minutes ago, you can CLEP your way out of semesters worth of classes up to 2 years even. So it's helpful when you're taking or looking at those entry level classes, before you get into your core major. So I would encourage you strongly to take advantage where you can save yourself 3 to 6 credits per class, especially if you are proficient in a language. You can CLEP out of the language requirement altogether. So understand that aside from doing that, passing just 5 exams can equal a full semester. Explore this. These are money saving tips, people. This is something that people don't realize. You can graduate earlier. You can reduce your student loan debt. Skip into your major courses faster than you would without coming in with a whole bunch of AP classes or AP credits or things like that. So that's another thing that I'd like you guys to keep in mind. Who accepts CLEP? We talked about that. Who should utilize CLEP? High school juniors and seniors, but make sure CLEP is accepted at the school that you choose. First generation students and low income students who are trying to find ways to cut costs of college tuition. and not wanting to pay for that full 4-year degree. Um, Adult learners returning back to school, or people who have been in the military and they're returning to school, they should utilize or look into utilizing CLEP. Students who have a second language and are proficient, or you don't have to be native to a second language, but if you have had a lot of classes in college, but not in high school, but not enough to show that you don't need to fulfill their particular language requirement, you can utilize CLEP. And if you can pass that test, that many times will get you out of taking that class. So how to prepare for CLEP is another thing. There are so many guides. You can go to your local library oftentimes and find guides on how to study for CLEP. There are programs out there. There are, official books that you can find. Some of these things you'll be able to find as a resource when you visit the official page for College Board, which I'm going to encourage everybody to do. Even if you don't feel like this is the route you want to take, just take a look at it. To me, it's a no-brainer. And I think for many of you guys, it'll be a no-brainer because, again, you CLEP out of a class with $95 versus going through a 3 or 4 credit class, even 6 credit class or course for months of your time, weeks of your time, examination, and the full price of that course. So let's consider that as well. Before we close, I promised you that I would tell you about the money saving way of even venturing into being able to CLEP out of classes. There is an organization called Modern States. I believe that there is totally free for you to get the examination prep to be able to take the test. And also when it's time to test, that's when the money comes in. I believe that if you take the test and pass it, you can be reimbursed for that through that organization. But I'm going to encourage you to thoroughly look into that. Again, this is not my organization. They don't pay me to do this, but I'm just trying to give you guys some money saving tips. So those were the tips that I wanted you to stick around for the end for, just to make sure you guys get out there and do your due diligence. We're trying to find ways to cut corners at any turn. College is expensive. It's expensive. And I decided to do this episode because of the fact that we are in a point where it's crunch time for a lot of people. So check out a few more of our videos, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Black, brown, and HBCU bound. Your source for news you can use. Let's shine a light on the 207 HBCUs where culture meets excellence.